What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pablo's Toy Box Photography for another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Beast Kingdom Spider-Gwen. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box. As you can see, the box has a nice large open window. You can see the figure inside. You get a nice shot of the alternative head scope of Gwen Stacy. You get a few shots of some of the accessories that come with this figure. You get a nice promotional shot of Spider-Gwen on the front. You get the title, Spider-Gwen. Product number is EAA-077. You get a nice logo of Beast Kingdom on the bottom right hand corner. On the side of the box, on the very top, you get a nice logo of Marvel Spider-Man. You get on the left hand side, you get the title Spider-Gwen, product number EAA-077, and then you get the Egg Attack Action Series logo on the bottom right. On the back of the box, you get to see a few more promotional shots of some of the poses you can put Spider-Gwen in. You get a nice Beast Kingdom logo on the bottom right, as well as a hologram sticker of Beast Kingdom to let you know that you have an official Beast Kingdom action figure. You get the Egg Attack Action logo on the top, you get the product number, and on the left hand side you get all the description of all the pieces that come in this set, as well as a nice promotional shot of Spider-Gwen on the side. That image continues to wrap around to the side, as you can see. On the side of the box, you get the same nice Marvel Spider-Man logo with the title Spider-Gwen on the left hand side and the same Egg Attack Action Series logo on the bottom right. On the top of the box, you get a nice logo of Marvel Spider-Man. And on the bottom you get all the warnings and legalese. Now let's go ahead and break this figure out of this box and take a closer look. Alright, well here she is out of the box. Now Beast Kingdom did a fabulous job with this figure. They nailed her costume design really well. I loved how they did it. Her costume is soft goods. So all this white you see is like a really soft cotton type material. The pink with the blue webbing is printed on there. All the black you see on her costume is like a screen printed rubbery material over the white material, which is pretty cool. It gives it a nice feel to it, which is pretty neat. And her costume does not hinder her articulation whatsoever, which is pretty neat. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the articulation. Her arms do go this far up. It's pretty great. She does have double jointed elbows. She almost has like a butterfly type joint in there. It gives you a lot of range forward. It's pretty cool. Fix her costume. All her hands that she comes with are on a ball joint, so you can easily rotate them around. You can go up and down, side to side. Got a lot of good articulation and a lot of different options you can do, which is pretty neat. She does have a ab crunch. She can crunch forward about that much. She can go that far back. Pretty good. She does have a waist swivel. Her legs can kick that far forward, that far back. She does have double jointed knees. She could kick her own butt. It's pretty cool. Her feet are on ball joints as well, so they spin all the way around. They can rock side to side. And she does have a toe hinge. Pretty neat. One thing you do want to be aware of is the rubbery portion of the costume. If left in the positions where you have the double jointed knee, you may want to be careful not to over stress it, because I think it looks like you can damage the material over time. I would be careful with that, but overall it's pretty neat. I mean, I have no issues with it. I have no issues with the seam lines. Beast Kingdom always does a great job with their soft goods, and I've had no issues with their seam lines at all. They're really clean and tight, which is awesome. You can see down here in the back, it's great. Great job. The hood is the same material as the costume, or sort of the same material. It's actually, it's a little different. It's not as it doesn't look the same texture. Maybe it's because it's not stretched over the body, but it does have a wire on the front end of the hood, so you can position it however you want. You can remove the hood. The hood does look really oversized when you remove it and put it back, but luckily one of the accessories that comes with this figure is a smaller version of it, so if you want to pose her or photograph her with her hood down, it gives you that option where it doesn't look this this big. It almost looks like a parachute. Her head can tilt. It's got a really nice tilt. Of course, it could go all the way around. She can look about that far up, and she can look that far down. Not bad. Not bad for the style figure. Beast Kingdom did a really good job with this figure. Really love this figure. And Spider-Gwen is one of my top favorite characters that Marvel introduced. So yeah, this figure is pretty cool, and I'm really happy with it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the accessories that came with this figure. Alright, let's start off by taking a look at her head first. She does come with different eye options, and what's pretty cool about these eyes is that each little eye has a little magnet on the back which sticks to the head, and you can do so many things with it. So for starters, in the figure, in the box, came with these wider open eyes, which are pretty neat. I love how this looks, and I love the options. So that's the first set. Get this off. She does come with a more medium type eye, and they just slide on there. She comes with another set of eyes. They're a little bit more squinting. And then she has a set of eyes. The last set of eyes that she has are really more narrow, a bit more squinting, which is pretty cool. And it was pretty neat. I mean, you can mix match these eyes depending on how you want to express her face, which is pretty cool. And you can adjust these eyes however you want. It's pretty neat. Okay, I do want to show, this is the alternative hoodie. It's a little bit smaller, so that way if you want to pose her with her hood off, this is a nice option to have. It doesn't look so bulky. So what you're going to do is, of course, might be easier to take the eyes off so they're not falling all over the place. You easily pop the head right off. Comes right off. You take the larger hood off, and then you put the smaller hood down on there over the neck. And here's the alternative head sculpt with Gwen Stacy. You just pop that head right in there, and there you go. We have an unmasked Spider-Gwen. And overall, it's a very nice head sculpt. They did a good job with it. Focus this guy in there. Yeah, she looks really nice. I like the hair sculpt is really nice. It's got nice detail in there. There is a headband on her head. She has a nice blue eyes. She has a little bit of rosy cheeks, a little bit of makeup on. She's got the pink lips with the lipstick. Her eyes are nice and blue. She's got the nice sculpted eyebrows. They're not just painted under, but they are sculpted. They're raised and they are painted all over. Even the eyeshadow above her eyes are sculpted on there too as well. Her nose is sculpted as well and raised, as well as her lips. She also has a little bit of cheekbone, which is pretty neat. With this head sculpt, even with her longer hair, she still has the option to tilt a little bit. Not that much. The hair does hinder it a little bit. And she can still look this far back up and this far down. And her eyes are articulated as well, so you can go ahead and reposition her eyes to get different expressions, which is pretty neat. Alright, now let's go ahead and take a look at her hands. Alright, straight out of the box, she does have a pair of fisted hands. She comes with a pair of pointing hands. She also comes with a pair of gripping hands. They look like trigger finger hands. And I think those hands are actually made for a little accessory cell phone that she comes with. Just right here. It's really tiny. And this simply just goes in her hand. And she also comes with a pair of open relaxed hands. And she also comes with a pair of web slinging hands. The other pair of accessories that she comes with are these webs. She has this smaller web with the opening at the end. And then she has this other web to use as a web for her to swing from. The only problem I have with these webbings is that they're not very posable. I wish they would have done these webs in a white, not a clear plastic, and then maybe they could have put a thin wire in there so it gives you the option to pose it. But the way they are, you can't really pose them. And her gripping hands that she does come with don't really grab the webbing, which is kind of unfortunate. You kind of have to find ways of either sticking this web shooting into her costume at her wrist to hold it in place. And this one you kind of have to use maybe some that sticky tack, a small little dot to put it in her gripping hand, and she can hold the webbing. And you may also want to heat these up a little bit and pose it in the way you want, and then cool it down, and it'll keep that shape for a little while, but then it'll start to coil back. So yeah, these webs are not the greatest, but they're nice. It's a nice option to have. But I kind of do wish that there was a way to be, especially this one, to be able to pose it in different ways to have her hold it as if she's swinging. But overall, they're nice. It's not that bad. They're pretty nice webbing. The other accessory she does come with is this blue backpack. This is a nice little backpack. They did a good job with the sculpting work on there. The zippers on here are sculpted and then painted. Where the opening for the backpack would be, they're nicely sculpted in there as well to indicate that those are where the pockets are at. It's got this nice little mesh on the side to show like you can put stuff in here, but unfortunately it's not real mesh. So it's just a sculpt work on there. And like I said, it is a hard plastic, so it's not very flexible. The straps are not very flexible. They're pretty stiff, but they do have some large opening loops or hoops, and I'll show you right now how to easily put this backpack on Spider-Gwen without having to stress the arms. I would be careful with how you put the backpack on. This is the second Spider-Gwen I do have or had to get, because the first one I tried to put the backpack on, and I did what I think a lot of people do with their figures. They come with backpacks, is I try to bring her arms to the back, and I try to slip the backpack over, and it stressed out the bicep joint. And I forgot to mention she does have a bicep joint and it swivels. On my first Spider-Gwen, I stressed it out that it broke the little peg or plug in there, and I couldn't get that repaired. I had to just get a replacement. So I would be really careful in how you put the backpack. But let me show you an easy way to do it without having to worry about that or damaging the figure. So you want to bring her arms in, tuck them into her side, and then what you want to do is just slip the backpack over her arm, bring it around to the other side, slip it over her arm as well. Get that hand in there, and that's it. One of the best ways to do it without having to worry about damaging your figure. I wish I would have figured that out the first time I had her. But yeah, overall, the backpack's a really good look on her. I really like it. It gives you nice options to photograph her, which is pretty neat. But yeah, overall, I really like that. And it's a nice color. It really matches her costume, and it matches her ballet shoes. It's really nice. They did a really good job in sculpting this backpack, and I like that it's an option. They came with this figure. The other accessory that came with her, of course, is the figure stand. They did a nice job in printing the Marvel Spider-Man logo on top and Spider-Gwen in the front. It's a very nice figure stand. It's the universal stand that Beast Kingdom uses for all their Egg Attack action figures of this size. But yeah, these stands don't take up a lot of space in your display case, and they hold your figures nicely. They won't topple over, which is a nice thing to have. And it's a cool way of making sure your figures won't fall over. But yeah, overall, this figure is awesome. I think Beast Kingdom did an awesome job in designing Spider-Gwen's look. Great job on her costume design. They pretty much nailed what her costume looks like in the comic books. It's a really nice option. The material they use does not hinder her articulation. She's really flexible. She's great to pose around and photograph. I'm having a lot of fun playing around with this figure, and she's pretty neat. I highly recommend her if you want to get her. I will leave links in the bottom in the description of where you can get her. But overall, awesome figure. I'm really happy with it. And I hope Beast Kingdom continues to give us more Spider-Man characters in the future. But that pretty much wraps up this review. So if you guys liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and until next time, peace.